How you doing? This is Dr. Kramer, Kramer Chiropractic, Livonia Spine and Injury. Today's top tip is how to help your low back if you are flexion intolerant. In other words, flexion intolerant means your back hurts you generally when you bend forward. If you sit too long, you're putting pressure on the disc. So I've covered this in the past. Some people have a hard time walking and sitting feels good to them. Some people, they can walk all day, but it's when they flex forward or sit too long. So here's a couple tips to help you if your back hurts you, if you sit too long. Number one, stop sitting. All right, that sounds silly, but you need to look into a stand-up desk. You need to take breaks every hour. The second tip is you probably should have some type of lumbar support. So in other words, we should have a curve in our back. Trina, make sure you get this. So we should have an arch, all right? And so what you can do is you can get a very simple, there's a variety of different lumbar supports you can put in your car. Generally, the support that comes with the car is not enough. This is a support you can put in your small of your back, so it forces you to maintain a good curve and take pressure off the disc. Some people would benefit from the support being low by the belt line. Some people a little bit higher. Can you see that, Trina?
Yep.
So play with it. See which one helps you more than the other. So again, minimize sitting, lumbar support in your sit. The other thing is we want to stretch the hip flexors. So I've showed this 100 times in the videos. This is a 90-90 stretch. Front leg 90 degrees, back leg 90 degrees, tight stomach, squeeze your butt. You go forward, you are stretching your hip flexors, you're stretching your psoas. You need to learn to feel this. You need to practice this until you feel nothing in your back. You should feel some stretch here. If you don't, practice it more, at least twice a day. Now, once you do this, then you can twist a little bit, you can lean back. So a lot of you that are flexion intolerant really do well with extension. So if extension helps you, then do it. So you can take your arms, tight stomach, you're going to stretch your hip, and also you're kind of going to mold back. So this is a very good stretch for those types of people that, again, that are intolerant to sitting. All right, so this is one version. The other version is a little more aggressive. We'll move our cleaner out of our way. Again, it's a new culture now. This is called a Bulgarian. Now, here's the key to this. We want our knee to go down. See, if the knee is facing forward, we're not getting maximum stretch. So we want the knee to face down, tight stomach, we should feel nothing in our back, our butt is close to our heel. Now, if this is too tight for you, then don't go so deep. So you're going to probably need to hold on to something. So use a chair in front of you. Pretend there's a chair here. You're going to put your foot, and you can stretch like this. And you can go up and down, nice and slow. Master this until you have good balance. So again, if you're like this, where your knee is going forward, you need to spend time. It could take you weeks to months to eventually your knee is going down. It doesn't hurt your knee, and you're taking pressure off the hip flexors. You're taking pressure off the psoas. And that, again, should help you sit and walk longer. Another version of that is doing a static stretch on a chair. Tight stomach, feeling a big stretch here in the front. If this is too much, then, Trina, we have you back up a little bit. Then you could use something that's not as tall. So again, you master the lunge stretch, you master leaning back, you can master stretching away from the leg that's on the floor, away from the leg that's on the floor. Then we can add a little bit of knee flexion. And then also do all of these stretches. So again, you can make all these stretches harder or easier. And then probably the last version to help would be dynamic lunging. Eventually, you should be able to, the majority of people, when I say majority, I'm talking I've worked with 85-year-olds that can do this. Tight stomach, foot on the ground, knee 90 degrees. You're pushing on your back foot and you're going to go up, down, and slow. If you cannot do this, then you need to practice this more until you do. And one of the ways is you have to have good, decent strength. So you need to be able to do a two-legged squat. I would say at least 50 times. If you can't do a two-legged squat comfortable, 50 repetitions, then this is not safe for you. All right, but this is for most people will be able to do this. Again, I've seen 80-year-olds that worked up to this, and this is a great stretch. And you can put your arms up, you can go to the side, master that. Stretches your hip flexors, your psoas, creates a little extension, and it's fixing several problems. So again, I gave you a lot of tips here. Follow these tips. Remember, it takes 12 to 18 months for the ligaments to heal. The disc is one of 10 ligaments surrounding 2 vertebrae. So, if you irritate it and you don't give it time to heal, the clock starts over again. So, protect your spine, minimize sitting. If you do sit, use the support. Do the easier versions of the lunge stretch. Progress until you can do the more difficult versions. If you have health problems or questions and you like a non-drug, non-surgical solution, give us a call, 248-615-1533. If I can help you, I'll tell you. If I can't, I'll tell you that too. If you like what we have to offer here, do me a favor, like it and share it. If you're on YouTube, you know what to do. Just click the subscribe. We're always updating our channel. I'll see you next week. Enjoy the day. Be safe.